hot tan. Huh. Yeah, use that shit, bro.
And we're back. Oh, man. Long break, I guess. It feels like forever since the last episode.
2 weeks. About typical for what we do.
Yeah. It feels like a while, like a long time ago, I guess. Oh, we had quite a bit of stuff happen this week, but these last couple weeks. But so I'm looking through the news.
Yeah, things continue to happen. I mean, seems like everybody started shitting all over Oprah and The Rock for their wanting to start a fund for Maui, even though they're millionaires and billionaires and they're connected to a whole bunch more millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah, I always found that curious, like why, like you pledge money to a charity and they call it good, you know. Hey, I pledged $10 million. Oh, okay. You can't eat a pledge. You know what I mean? You can't.
Well, even that pledge of $10 million, I mean, she owns quite a bit of Maui.
Mm-hmm.
She owns lots of acres of Maui property. And she pledged $10 million, which is less than like 0.1% of her net worth. And it's like less than 1% of the value of Maui that she owns. So she's pledging nothing. It's like me and you, like, hey, 25 cents. We're good.
Right.
That's what that boils down to. It's like any average Joe or regular guy. If I can, there you go. There's a couple of nickels.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I mean, and they don't. What's crazy is that these charities don't go after their pledges. Like, have you ever made the mistake of saying yes to a charity that you weren't intending on giving any money to, just to kind of?
No.
That's not what? No.
No. I don't know what you expect from that.
I have.
No. I don't give money away. I know most charities are scams. It's like the thing, like at grocery stores. Oh, do you want to donate to like the children? No, I don't, because Taco Bell they do it, Whataburger they do it. Do you want to donate to whatever child's fund or whatever college fund for our employees?
Round off
whatever.
your change.
It's a scam. It's always a scam because those companies are taking essentially free money from you, and then they are donating it to a charitable cause or foundation, and they are able to take a tax write-off on your money, on your free money that they get. So it's a scam. It's just a scam. So the company's not going to donate that money on their own free will. They need the money from their patrons to be able to donate that money.
It's like, bro, I was hounded.
They're under no obligation to do so either. So, I mean, unless you're actually, like, tracking that company's, like, donations and, like, their quarterly reports and stuff like that, they're under no obligation to actually donate them money. So you're just giving them free money.
Yeah.
Here's your tacos and give us more for it. That's what's happening.
So, like, back in the day, I'll probably date myself a little bit. Back in the day, there was these mail order music CD freaking places, like Maxwell House, I think it was called, or something. It was like a.
Is it Maxwell House Coffee?
It sounds like it, but I forget what it was called. But they would send you an envelope, and you would pick 5 CDs or 5 magazines or whatever, and then you would make like a pledge or whatever, and they'd send you the magazines, and you had to agree to pay, or the CDs, and sometimes it'd be like, I don't know, like 5 music CDs of like current artists or whatever, and you'd get the CDs, like legit. It's like Publishers Clearinghouse or something. I don't know, something weird.
It's a sweepstakes.
It was goofy. It was goofy stuff, but I'd never send the money, you know. So I started getting spam mail like early in life. Like, shoot, I wasn't even out of the house yet when I started getting spam mail. And I think I got one of those envelopes once, and I filled it out. I was like, oh, I want Nirvana, I want the Foo Fighters, I want this, I want the other. And I sent it back, and like a month later, I get a box in the mail with all these CDs. I'm like, oh shoot, and a bill, for the subscription. I'm like, yeah, it was crazy. Well, I said yes to a charity once. It was a police something. It was a long time ago.
Right.
They're like, you want to pledge $25 to assist, the police something fund or blah 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 for fallen officers and this and that and the third or whatever. Oh yeah. And they asked me for my address. I was like, yeah, just send me the envelope. Blah blah. And I hung up the phone. A couple weeks later, I get this envelope with a association sticker and all this other stuff to put in your car. Blah. It's like perfect. Back left windshield. Boop. Right. Trying to cover that passenger side approach to that cop. When I get pulled over. It's like I support law enforcement. It's
like the number one thing you look for if you know they got drugs in the car is a support law enforcement sticker. Yeah.
It's what I found out later to be probable cause. Mm-hmm. However. Not legally, so I'm,
it's jokes, folks. It's just jokes.
It's just jokes. Freaking YouTube, freaking getting all Gestapo on us. So,
Oh, this is going to be a different show, by the way, because.
Yeah, we're just kind of casual, just sipping on some suds, but these guys, man, they sent me the sticker. I just put it in my car. I just said, awesome. They chased me down, bro, for them $25. They hounded me, man. They just call, incessant calls, bro, calling and letters. And it's you owe $25. And I'm like, what the hell? They got so aggressive over the phone with me. I was like,
over $25.
I was like, are you sure you sure you guys supporting law enforcement? Because it's kind of scary now. You guys are kind of pushing the envelope, man. And they're like, you made a pledge. I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Oh well, freaking calm down, man. They got pretty aggressive. That's the thing. These celebrities, they can make these pledges all day long. You don't hear. The only person that got busted out in public in the last 10 years that I can see was Amber Heard when she went in that trial with Johnny Depp. Mm-hmm. So I guess that was probably the most public one I've seen in a long time, where she pledged more than half of her of the money that was awarded to her through the divorce.
Yeah.
To a charity, and then didn't. So then when that defamation trial came up, and it was, did you give that charity that money? Well, I pledged it. No. Did you give the charity that money? Well, I pledged. No, but did you take your money and give that to them?
Well, that's the thing about a pledge versus a
it's a
secure
baseless
bond or something.
It's a baseless thing, which is
like you're going to give the money if I get the money. So she pledged the money. Like if she won, she was going to give money.
But she did get the money. That's the thing. She got awarded that money from her divorce. So
I wasn't tracking the whole thing.
So the divorce.
I thought she got told to get fucked. But.
No. She got told to get fucked later on for the civil stuff, and she ended up winning a portion of that. Like I think she was awarded something like $1 million on that civil suit, but really? Johnny Depp won the big portion of it. But there were parts of that suit that Johnny Depp did not win. But it's a pledge, so it's frivolous. You know what I mean? Like there's no real meat behind it. So why? I don't know. It's just like, why pledge other people's money? If you're not gonna give it your money, then who gives a shit? Why are you pledging on behalf of people whose money you don't have? It's it's scumbaggy.
Yeah,
it's scumbaggy. But that's still ongoing. But amongst all the other things that are happening with Lahaina over there in Hawaii, it's just there's so much nonsense going on over there right now, and blocking media access and blocking freaking human services and people trying to get over there to help out, and they've been blocked access. You know, it's been a hell of a week for those people down there who still haven't gotten their due. But oh well, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah,
we're monitoring closely, but there's
still new information coming out, and a lot of it's either not confirmed or just preliminary stuff. So I mean, who knows how long this is going to take to find out what happened to people, what happened to money, and it's all going to be a crazy show by the time anything comes out.
Bro, all the missing kids. That's another thing.
Yeah. Like over 1,000 missing kids or something like that?
Something like that.
I know there's 1,000 missing people. I don't know how many of them are children.
A bunch of them are children.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of kids are missing that nobody knows where they're at or what happened to them. I'll say, that's fucking rough. That's rough. But I'll tell you, man, the Democratic Party, I mean, the Biden administration is pushing again to try to fast track the admittance of Ukraine into NATO.
There's another thing about that too. I think it's in Congress right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've made a decision on it yet. I think it's like on the floor getting votes or in some kind of committee. I'm honestly not sure, and I'm not willing to look it up because it's ridiculous at this point. What I understand is in Congress right now is a proposal to send $21 billion more to Ukraine.
Isn't it rolled into that package that?
Bro, I don't know.
Okay, because government's possibly gonna get shut down again.
Yeah, the Republicans are now teaming up, saying that like they're gonna not vote on the what's it called, the I don't know, the spending bill, or I don't know what it's called, but they're not going to vote on it.
It's a deficit ceiling.
Are they raising the ceiling again?
I think that's what they're doing.
Third time in the last 2 years or something like that.
I think that's what they're doing.
But yeah, $21 billion more to Ukraine, and the Republicans are saying they're going to shut down the government for whatever reason, probably for that $21 billion. This is so how do we have this much money to just ferry off on a whim? You know, $21 billion. How many people are there in the U.S.? 300 million.
It says here so far, from what I got, Speaker of the House McCarthy is facing down hardliners in his own caucus, and the United States Senate to create a conservative appropriations committee and avoid a government shutdown. Apparently, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy took a calculated risk by opening an impeachment investigation on Joe Biden in the midst of a contentious battle over appropriations. The September 12th announcement drew harsh condemnation from Democrats. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts called it politics on steroids. White House spokesperson Ian Sams said the inquiry represented extreme politics at its worst. Long agitated for an effort to impeach the president. Now he finds himself in a three-way standoff between a united Senate, a resolute president, obstructionist members of his own party over 2024 spending levels, and the House rushes to pass 12 appropriation bills for the end of the fiscal year, September 30, which would trigger a government shutdown. Adding to the tension, any member of the House may call for a vote to vacate the chair, which would strip McCarthy of his leadership role, and one member of his own party has threatened to do so if the Speaker does not acquiesce the demands of additional spending cuts. So, I mean, we got. So, the two-party system is clearly what's one of the big contributors to what's crushing our nation. The public is left to decide between the lesser of two evils as opposed to the right person for the right job.
Such is the case for like most of our history, two, most of the world. You might not see a true two-party system in like somewhere like the UK, where you have multiple parties that have seats in the House of Commons. But I mean, they pretty much they caucus with one side or the other. They either caucus with the Labor Party or the Conservative Party. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's the same thing in the United States, where you have the conservatives versus the liberals. And the conservatives are the Republicans, and the liberals are the Democrats. It's one or the other. So, I mean, even if you had representation in Congress, they would still caucus with one side or the other. So, if it wasn't the people doing a two-party system, it would be Congress doing a two-party system. Same thing as in the UK. In the UK, the people don't really do a two-party system. They do a multiple-party system. But in Congress, they do, or in the House of Commons and the House of Lords, they do a two-party system. So, I mean, it's really the same thing. I mean, that's human nature. It's either good or evil, yes or no, 1 or 0, good or bad. You know what I mean? It's black and white. I mean, when people want something to be something that's extremely, extremely complicated to be as simple as possible, they'll break it down to yes or no, good or bad, black or white. That's what they break things down to. It's extremely complicated, but they want it to be simple, so they have to break it down into one of two options, and that's what they do. So, I mean, that's where it goes all the time. It's just the United States streamlines it into Republican and Democrat, which is, colloquially conservative or liberal.
Yeah, it's it's a mess they got going on over there, and it ain't gonna get any better. They introduced articles of impeachment the other day. Then
they're not going to go anywhere.
Of course not.
But based on what? What are the articles outlining?
Well, I don't have them pulled up on what the crimes and misdemeanors are, but apparently it's based off of the 21 shell companies that Joe Biden had, and with all the foreign country payments to him and his sons and other members of his family, which raises the question whether this was a criminal conspiracy. Also, the quid pro quo that he committed, and I say he committed because he committed it live on camera.
Yeah, he admitted to it.
In front of the world to see. This is not hyperbole. This is not...
Yeah, he admitted to it.
I'm not making this up. This is not a freaking MAGA dude with, saying stuff or no, stop the train. He did it on camera. He was threatening a country to withhold defense funds that were already allocated to them in order to acquire a favor from that country. He committed quid pro quo, and he admitted to it on live TV. And also, nothing will ever happen to that. So he'll get away with it just like they all do. They always do. The only politician that we've ever seen being drugged to the coals at all is good old Donnie over there.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to ruin Trump any way they can.
They're trying to put a gag order now.
Yep, there's.
They don't even want him to campaign. That's how scared they are. So,
an effort for a limited gag order, so that he can't talk about what he's actually been charged with. That's what they're going for.
Yeah,
that's what I've looked into most of today. I also looked into the just now the articles of impeachment for Biden. So, what was this? And the most recent one was McCarthy doing it. Was he the one that actually? Because the last one was Lauren Boebert.
He didn't want to do it. McCarthy didn't want to do anything. But
and now there's stuff coming out about Lauren Boebert. Somebody posted a video of, I guess, what they're assuming is her or what they think is her. Thing is, the video is bad. Like, it's not clear image, but it's a woman rubbing some guy's crotch and getting her breast groped in a public place or something like that. And they're saying that's Lauren Boebert. Who knows if it's actually her? So, I mean, they're trying to assassinate Lauren Boebert's character.
And
that's the thing. She's a young, gorgeous woman. So, yeah, she's playing around in a public place. I've done it.
Yeah, me too.
So have you.
Yeah.
So have you.
Yeah. You mean to tell me... I mean, come on.
Just she's a congressperson doesn't mean she lost her ability to have sex. I mean, come on.
Come on.
And she's hot. So.
Come on. If you meandered into this podcast.
But back in July, she's the one that filed articles of impeachment against Biden.
Yeah, they try. Come on, if you meandered your way into this podcast, odds are you gotten roadhead at some point, or done something freaking goofy or devious somewhere. Yep. Whether you're a Cobra Gold in Thailand or freaking some weird Mew somewhere, or did something, or maybe I don't know, a joint op in freaking Germany or freaking Bulgaria. You know, it's. Come on, man.
That was specific.
Yeah, it is very specific. So I still got the pictures. It's but
yeah, they're trying to assassinate her character now.
They're trying to assassinate her character.
Oh, look at her getting rubbed up in a theater.
What's next? You know, fresh off the press, she poops. You know,
right?
You know, come on, yeah, come on, man.
This, in fact, is a woman.
Yeah. When you got members that can't.
Nowadays you can't tell. So
yeah, well they can't tell.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't tell. Leftists can't tell you. That's why Ketanji Jackson is in her seat. She can't even tell you what a woman is.
I wasn't even gonna bring her up. Ketanji fucking Jackson, man.
Dude.
So yeah, the most recent news about her was like she's wanting the United States to teach its history of racism.
Just a Supreme Court justice.
Supreme Court justice.
And we covered her a couple episodes ago, briefly, just basically like anecdotal.
The only reason she's a Supreme Court justice is because of racism.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden said that it was it Ruth Bader Ginsburg that
died.
That lady, was it that seat that she?
I don't know if she took Ruth's seat or somebody else's. Sure, yeah, she took Ruth's seat. Fuck it.
So that
I mean, there's an open seat on the
that Quaker court. Lady.
Yeah, that's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the lady looked like she was in a box of oats.
Yeah. Well,
so
did you see her on like one of the presidential addresses? She's sitting there like this.
That's
sleep like a muff.
Well, she was dead.
Yeah.
She was dead. You know,
they didn't announce it.
So I don't know what seat she occupied, but our illustrious freaking geriatric in chief said that the next one was gonna be a black woman.
Yeah.
Because that clearly tells you.
Yeah, that's what qualifies you to be a justice.
To be a justice
is what kind of plumbing you got born with and what kind of melanin you got.
Now, had he put some old black grandma, I'd have been like, I see some old black grandmas dole out some justice, man. I see some old black grandmas dole out some justice with a flip flop.
Well, that's the thing.
So I
she's
don't know,
qualified
man.
for the position. Then sweet,
yeah,
great. I mean, but Ketanji Jackson, she's been a shithead judge the entire time she's been on the bench.
Yeah.
And they brought that up during her confirmation hearing, and they still confirmed her. She's been a shithead her entire time.
Well, it's like I told you, man.
And that one that you brought out when we were talking, not in front of a camera, she got asked directly, "What is a woman?" Refused to answer. Absolutely refused to answer.
And she has girls.
And she has daughters. Yeah.
She has daughters. So what are they?
Yeah.
That would have been my next question. What are the names of your children?
They are personhoods.
Yeah. What are those
personhoods?
Those two things.
Personhoods.
Yeah. What? Why are they named? You know, whatever their names are. Like
all names are unisex.
Yeah, they're unisex. Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. Even my name now, like James. James is
biblical.
One of the most common Anglo male names.
Biblical?
It is biblical.
It's biblical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most names are.
Yeah. One of the apostles for Jesus was James.
Yeah.
So yeah, it comes from the Bible. But yeah, it's the second most common Anglo name for a male. John and then James.
Me and my mom call you Jaime.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. And I love your mom. Your mom's great.
Yeah. But I tell you, man, it's these freaking these goofballs, man. I'm not too worried about her. She's one in a sea of a few more than just her. So I'm not too worried about her. She'll get outvoted every day of the week. So she's definitely the slowest.
Well, the thing is, like,
slowest horse on that stage.
That doesn't matter. It's a lifetime appointment. So how old is she? How old is Contingency Jackson?
Bro, she's younger than me, probably. She's got to be like in her early 40s or late 30s.
Wikipedia will tell me. Born in 1970.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't math.
Yeah, well, I'm 70. I was in 79, so I'm.
So she's older than you by 9 years.
Mm-hmm. No, she's 50.
She's 50. Mm-hmm. She's going to be on the Supreme Court for, if her mind stays stable, she doesn't leave because of medical or family issues. She doesn't resign the position.
She's like 53.
She can't. She's going to be on the Supreme Court for at least the next 30 years.
Probably more, because black don't crack, bro. That's why he picked them black. So it stayed there for a long time.
Fucking cliche bullshit.
Come on, bro.
It's not. I'm trying to be serious. It's the first time I've had beer in probably like a year.
It's been a while. Because that crap I brought last time, that wasn't beer.
No, we're not.
That wasn't beer.
We're not even going to mention that.
Yeah,
I threw that away, by the way. Anyway, so I tossed it. It was garbage, and you know it.
Yeah, it was garbage. So. I don't know.
But yeah, she's 50 years old, so she's going to be on the Supreme Court for at least the next 30 years. Like I say, she lived till 80, and she'll probably start to die around then.
Bro, speaking of that, did you see Mitch McConnell had a freaking another absence?
Oh, another one?
Another freaking, like...
Mr. Turtle. He's my favorite tortoise.
Fucking turtle. Turtle.
You know he looks like a fucking turtle.
Dana Carvey, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a...
he looks like
Dana
Carvey, yeah. Fucking turtle. Same shit. That fucking dude, like in mid-sentence, he's just...
just switches off.
Like, bro, like he just... Like his engine just stalls. He's like...
How old is he?
Bro, 97 million.
He's not important to me, so...
I just said it. Like a second ago. Damn. You see? I took on the... Mitch McConnell.
That's it. You know what I typed into Google to find out who the hell he was? Old congressman.
Old congressman.
It didn't bring him up, but...
That passes out like a special forces soldier with his eyes open. In front of everybody.
He's 81.
He's just like...
Yeah.
Mitch. It's like, bro, that dude's a badass.
I fell asleep while I was marching one time.
Oh, we've all done that,
man.
Kidding. We've all done that.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I didn't stumble. Yeah, I fell asleep while I was marching one time.
We've all done that, man. He's
81 years old. That's the thing I'm always curious about is like if these guys ever switched. Because like most politicians, they don't remain in one party. They'll go to another party if they think they can win an election.
Well, yeah,
it's common practice.
Yeah, they're fucking mercenaries.
So, yeah, they don't give a fuck as long as they're winning the election.
Yeah,
they'll support whatever party they want, or whatever party's going to get them in office. That's it.
They'll support anything. Care. That's it. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'd be the first thing I'd buy if I was a billionaire.
What?
A congressman.
A congressman?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not a bad investment.
It's not a bad investment. Yeah. For what purposes? I don't fucking know.
I'll use it later.
Just to say I have one in my pocket. It's I have nothing to push. I'll lobby for like lower prices to Reese's Pieces or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? My brain don't work that far ahead. You know what I mean? It's just that's freaking crazy. This dude mid-sentence just kind of just like blah blah, and then the fucking station stopped broadcasting, bro.
Yeah.
It was like he was fine, no bars. It's like, bro, that dude just dropped out like the internet just freaking quit on him. That was crazy. That's the second time he's done it, and I think this time was a little bit more serious. Like they had to cart him off. I mean, Biden did the same thing in Vietnam.
Yeah, you saw that crap.
And they cut him off with music. Yeah,
I don't know
it's like,
I'm gonna go to bed.
And they turn on the music and whatever. Like,
bro,
the wrap it up button. Have you seen the wrap it up button?
Nah.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on? I've been playing Starfield for like the last 2 weeks.
Bro, this podcast almost did not even happen because of that damn game. If you don't
great game.
If you don't have Starfield,
It's a great game.
get it when you can and ignore your children.
Yeah.
It's neglect your entire family. It's worth it. It's a small price to pay.
Like $60 right now or something.
$60, you know, everybody else starves, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, it's that damn game, man. I've had my like it was almost like going to work was an inconvenience. It was like I gotta stop playing this because I gotta work.
These pirates need to die.
I was like, this sucks. It's like this job is getting in the way of my gaming. Yeah, it was crazy. That game is good.
No, it looks like he's always been a Republican.
So Dave Chappelle did a skit back in the day. Kind of like an infomercial. It's called the Wrap It Up button. The Wrap It Up box.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Where they play like the... Can you hear this?
Yes. Clearly.
Yeah. Wrap it up. They did that to the president. What? I can't see. There's nothing on there. There's like a bunch of.
Damn it. It always fails me. Anyway, what were you saying?
Anywho, they did that to the president of the United States. International
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah, there you go. That's the video I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You brought it back. Oh, we already went past that. Oh man, grab you some titty. That's not her.
That's the thing. There's no way to, unless she admits that is her. There's no way you can tell that that's her. This is a young, beautiful woman getting her breast groped in some kind of public place. Looks like a theater or something.
Yeah, that matters. But the president of the United States getting cut off in the middle of his conversation,
Yeah.
like in the middle of his address in an international conference. But granted, he wasn't saying anything of note,
Which he rarely is.
because he was just mumbling and stumbling, and they just try to save it the last minute. Said a bunch of incoherent garbage about China. Said a bunch of other incoherent garbage about other things. Then he told everybody he was going to bed.
Yep.
And
It's my bedtime.
I was like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to bed. And then he forgot that he was in Vietnam, thought he was in somewhere else, even though the flag of the country that he's in is right in front of him.
Bro, yeah.
And he freaking, bro, this guy's a train wreck. But in any case,
Well, here's the thing that I think is a bit more important to mention than that. So, yes, the United States was in, yes, the president was in China. Yes, the president is a bumbling fool. Not China, Vietnam. Yes, the president is a bumbling fool in Vietnam. Here's what I've been seeing recently, though. I mean, the the United States, China, and Russia is preparing for war. All three of those countries are preparing for war. The first thing you do when you prepare to go to war is to assemble your allies. It's the same thing as like you would see in a feudal society if like the king goes around to all these lords and everything. It's like raise troops and we're going to go to war.
Yeah, talk to us fiefdom.
Yeah. So that's what the United States is doing now. The Vietnamese have never really been an ally to China, even though they're very close proximity.
Correct.
So the Vietnamese are not an ally to China, even though they are communist.
Right.
But the Vietnamese don't practice communism the way.
They're communist by convenience.
Right.
It's a weird dichotomy. Is it dichotomy? Is a weird
dichotomy.
Yeah. It's weird how they operate in that country in that aspect. But it's
well, that's the thing. It's like most governments, most economic systems are blended. So even the United States, most people would say that this is a free market economy, right? Mm-hmm. No, it's not. It's not totally. It is a blended economy. So most things, yes, you have a free market thing. Anybody can come into the market if they can get into the market and try to make competition for you in that market for that a buyer base or consumer base, right? But not all things are free market based, like your resources. Water, for example. Water is almost always owned by a government. Almost always. I don't think there's anywhere around here. I don't know anywhere else in the United States, but I mean, I'm just not familiar. I haven't researched any of that. But I don't know of anywhere in Texas where water is privately owned. It's all government owned. It's a monopoly on the water by the government, so they can set the price and pull water out, give it to the people, and purify it and whatever they got to do with the water to make it usable for the people. But it's not a completely free market economy. Otherwise, you'd have a private company that would bid to take over the contract to provide water to the people in whatever jurisdiction. Right. It's the same thing with media sources like newspapers. So we talk about like CNN, ABC. Those are the huge mega conglomerate media sources. They're the most well known and they are the most distributed and they're the most consumed because they are the largest media sources in the world. So, but what you don't see are these like small town newspapers. Like here, you got the Gatesville, what is it, Messenger? Or I don't remember what it's,
the Observer or whatever.
I don't remember what it's called. But you have the Gatesville newspaper. That's a small company. They're not government owned. They're a small company. But they are the only newspaper in Gatesville. They have a monopoly on now. If you didn't include the internet, they would have a monopoly on news media in that area. It's the same thing like anywhere else you go. Any rural area you go, they have a small town newspaper. If it weren't for the internet, they would have the monopoly on media in that area because they have the only newspaper. So the only place that you can put out an ad or receive information is from that newspaper. That's it. Now you got the internet. You've got media from all over the world. I mean, you got Al Jazeera, BBC, you got Russian Times, you got news from all over the planet. You don't need to rely on just your small town news source. But I mean, those are monopolies. And then you have the government monopoly on water. And it's blended economies. Not everything is like that. But the thing that I was trying to get to about Vietnam, see, that's the thing. They got Vietnam, you got Thailand, you got Taiwan, Myanmar. You got all these countries. Here's the thing: if you take a look at that on a topographical map, if we get those countries aligned with us and get either naval bases there, naval resources, or any kind of military contingents in those countries, or military alliances in those countries, look at it on a map. Where those countries lie, we essentially own the Chinese coast. The Chinese cannot operate outside of their coastline if we have alliances with those countries.
Well, the thing is that we have the power to project military power to the point where we can landlock any country in the planet.
Yes.
At will.
I think one United States aircraft carrier is enough to destroy any one of 180 countries' air forces.
That's I believe it.
I think that's what the power dynamic is.
I believe it. It's,
one American aircraft carrier is enough to destroy most of the world's air forces.
How many of them we got? What, like 16?
U.S. aircraft carriers?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, it's in double digits. So, but
11.
Yeah, 11.
The thing is, right now, from what I understand with the Navy, they're trying to transition from their older class aircraft carriers to their what are they called? Their Ford class carriers, or their the Ford class carriers, the Gerald R. Ford.
The Gerald Ford.
I thought they were called presidential class carriers, but they're not. They're called the Ford class carriers. The first one was called the Gerald R. Ford, and then you got the Theodore Roosevelt, the Dwight D. Eisenhower, the George Washington. Yeah. So, I mean, the most advanced carriers in the world are the United States carriers and the Ford class carriers. So, I mean, but right now the United States has like 11 carriers, and not all of them are Ford class carriers. Some of them are Nimitz class.
Well,
still very powerful carriers.
I mean, the thing is that the commander-in-chief at the very top was in charge of all them aircraft carriers.
Right, but
is it La La Land?
But let's not pretend. Let's not pretend that this guy actually has any kind of command or control over the U.S. military. So the U.S. military has been doing its own thing since Biden stepped into office, regardless of what the president wants or what the president says. There is no commander's intent with Joe Biden. There isn't any. There is commander's intent, but probably the Joint Chiefs. I don't know who's actually pulling the strings, but likely it's the Joint Chiefs. Who knows? But I know Biden isn't in control of anything, and so does everybody else. Anybody else that looks at this knows that Joe Biden isn't making a decision at all.
So we know this to be true. The question that's always lingering is, of course, who is making the decisions? And I think that, in my honest opinion, I think that the decisions are made by a conglomerate of companies.
Probably.
And,
you got Raytheon, you got Lockheed
that
Martin,
are lumped into the either known as groups, like say when you hear people say big pharma. Mm-hmm. People say big pharma. There's no such thing as a company named Big Pharma.
No, it's like 12 different companies.
It's a conglomerate of companies that handle most of our medicational needs in the United States. They all have lobbies in Congress, and they all freaking, like I said, buy congressmen to push their agendas. And they send out clinic-to-clinic salesmen to push their products, hence the beginning of that crazy freaking opium epidemic when it came to Oxycontin and whatever for pain management. The thing is that with the war on terror, that became a thing because all these soldiers coming back, myself included, we were a little dinged up, and pain management became a thing, and Oxycontin was prescribed to a lot of people, and it's not a bad drug for its intended use, but if you're on it long enough, it will wreck you.
Yep.
The military-industrial complex is another conglomerate of companies, and I think there are government moves at the whims of those companies, and those companies pretty much run our economy. In one way or the other, a lot of the military products a lot of the products you see in the civilian market right now were at one point or another either an idea or an actual military product, or say had some kind of military application, or somewhere in its construction had a military application and now became a purpose for civilian use or everyday use. The military industrial complex and big pharma and other conglomerates of companies like that, I think they run our nation, and they are the ones that are calling the ball, which is why Donald Trump is so unpopular, and they must move earth, wind, water, and they must move mountains and do whatever they can to keep this guy from becoming president of the United States once again, because he started downsizing the military from what a lot of people call that that imperialistic standing where we have so many bases. We have so many bases in the United States that the United States military failed their audit not too long ago because they couldn't tell you a definite number how much assets they owned. The military couldn't tell you. Yes, they were flat out asked how many bases you got. We don't know. That's how many they got. We don't know exact numbers because
inside in Conus?
Oh, everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere. So to put things in perspective, I mean, for us here in the United States, that's not uncommon, and it's it is extremely uncommon to have a foreign military have an installation on our soil.
That's it's not uncommon. That doesn't happen. We don't have that.
That's where you're wrong. The Chinese just got like 2 or 3 police stations taken down that were used as right.
Those are subversive police stations, not actual military installations.
There were, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
So that became a big news for its time when it came out not too long ago. But if you live in Germany.
Yeah, it's a pretty commonplace to have an American installation. Same thing as Korea and England.
Let's say you're in a country that has not been at war against the United States, because I can understand the bases in Germany. I can understand the beginning of them. I can understand the beginning of the
Just off the top of my head, we've got bases in Cuba. We've got bases. Do we still have bases in Panama? I don't think so. Not official ones. I don't know. So we have bases in England. We have bases in Germany. We have bases in Italy. We have some bases in Africa. I don't know where, though. Yeah, I don't know where. I know we have personnel all over the place. I don't know if we have bases there. We have bases in Japan. We have bases in Korea. Did I ever say Korea? Mm-hmm. So we got bases in multiple different countries, but I mean, there isn't a single country that has a base inside the United States.
Right. So,
not a base like that. Not an actual military, an active duty military installation that's not like a secret black site or some shit.
So the list is so long, it's inconclusive.
That's nuts.
And you can look at it on Wikipedia. You can try. I challenge you. Go ahead. I bet both my nuts you'll be wrong.
About what?
About the number of bases.
Oh yeah,
that's what we've been talking about.
5.
You will be wrong. You're not going to get the number, the exact number. Why? Because there's a lot of facilities that are also considered military installations that are not carrying a traditional military capacity. They're not performing in a traditional military capacity, but and they're worldwide. It's so much. But the military-industrial complex stands against Donald Trump's downsizing of that infrastructure.
Of course.
He said it I don't know how many times. And I'm not trying to do a pro-Trump piece here, but I'm just because Trump has stepped on his dick in his own right. And he's broken the law in many other ways. And if you really want to get into the inner workings of what Trump's done in the past, that's a rabbit hole in and of itself. But he is not a squeaky clean guy. That's what I'm getting at. But what he was trying to do, and he stated that he didn't want to give money to these countries that don't provide us anything.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the big things.
And the whole point of that was to try to put us at a level where we were no longer debt dependent on other countries. Same thing. We were selling oil.
Yeah.
We were selling rice to the Chinese. The way he sees it, and he said it as much. There's no reason why we can't be friends with both China and Russia. Why are we enemies with these places? It's a perceived misconception.
And see, that's the thing. Like when you have somebody like Biden or Hillary or
It's a career.
Clinton or whoever, they're not just career politicians, but they're
They grew up in that.
They're military complex shills. So I mean, they're put in there by people that are supporting those companies and people that are paying for their campaigns. Look it up if you think I'm wrong. But people that are paying for their campaigns, and then you got all these people that are just like they're out of a deck of cards, right?
Right.
So they're Biden, Kamala, Hillary, Bill Clinton, Bush too.
Yeah.
You got all these people that are just straight out of the military-industrial complex deck of cards. Like, oh, here's your next shill that you can vote for. And then you got an outlier like Trump. Trump was the outlier. Trump is the reason that everything got construed, everything got confused, everything got weird, and everything got nearly violent. Was because Trump wasn't a part of that system. He was a businessman. He was a businessman that was in a unique position because he was connected to all of those political shills that he has been watching for 20 or 30 years.
Donating money to
support campaigns.
They all came to Daddy.
Exactly. They all came to Daddy for some money.
They all came to Daddy. And then Daddy said, you know what, you can't, I'm taking over. I'm taking over. The hell out of my...
Trump was the outlier. I think if you were to put it on a graph, you would see, because I don't know what the end game is. I have no idea what the end game is.
Super interesting.
I can speculate all day. So can you. So can they. We can all speculate what the end game is. But I think the end game, if you put it on a graph, it goes like this. It's steadily climbing up. And then Hillary and Clinton or Hillary and Trump are up for election. Who's it going to be? And then Trump. And there goes the graph. We're not on a course anymore. And then 4 years, and then Biden's back. Okay, now we're back on course. That's what I think is going on. Do I know why? No. Do I have any idea where it's going? I have an idea. I have no proof. It's just speculation. So.
Yeah, it's crazy to even contemplate. But I mean, it's like a lot of people know that we got bases all over the world, But it's just, but I mean, do you know we had a base in Cameroon?
Cameroon?
Mm-hmm. Do you know we had? You probably knew we had a place in Belgium. Well, we're back. Had to take a little bathroom break, but
it was the beer.
It happens.
But yeah, right. So we got bases all over.
We got bases all over the world, man, in some of these freaking weird places, man. And good old Donnie was trying to shut a lot of this stuff down.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you don't know the military-industrial complex, how it's a double-edged sword when it comes to that because of our free market economy.
That's the thing. Quotes. United States equipment and training is the best in the world.
Well, the thing is that equipment,
for a reason,
that equipment and that training is going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Because if they can't produce it for us, they're going to produce it for somebody else because they are free traded companies. They are. So their agreements with the U.S. government are what keeps them in our pocket. But in lieu of that,
what's that act? Or you can't ship over.
I don't. It escapes me. That's right at the limit of my knowledge on that topic. It's
well, you can't ship over American-made night vision goggles to a foreign country because of this act. I don't remember what the act is called.
It's a double-edged sword to go against the military-industrial complex, but it's, I believe, that and the other conglomerates are what runs our nation. Our politicians are sadly kind of fallen prey to that aspect of our government, and that's why we're led by the nose, There's a new conflict.
Ooh, that's delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, try that.
Here, this was not bad at all.
You said new conflict.
Yep.
That's pretty good too.
Oh damn, this is far better than mine.
Yeah, that's pretty good, but I like this one better.
Yeah.
New conflict. Well,
Yep.
we're commenting on brain energy drinks. There you go. Send us money.
Yeah, right?
Same thing to Yingling. That's what we were drinking earlier. That's
Yeah,
why we had to
yeah.
have a bathroom break. Yingling, send us money. Anyway,
The guys from Zero Foxtrot stopped freaking.
and I'm just not wearing one today just because this happened to be clean.
Yeah. Yeah, we wear Zero Foxtrot a lot.
I like their shirts.
Their shirts are pretty cool.
I've thought about getting a couple of their designs tattooed, and
Yeah,
they have great designs.
But let me see.
ZeroFoxtrot.com.
Yeah, Zero Foxtrot. Well, they got some really good deals. But
Great t-shirt company out of Austin, Texas.
yeah.
What's the new conflict, bro?
What do you know about iridium?
Iridium? Yeah, iridium is one of the densest materials known to man. It is corrosive resistant. It is extremely hard with a very high melting point. What else do you want to know about iridium? I'm not a chemist, by the way. I just look up random shit.
So it is used in the space industry, right?
Yes, it is.
Quite a
It's
bit.
also used, mostly it's used in the ballpoint pen industry or fountain point tips. So if you look it up, mostly iridium is because iridium makes up like 0.03% of the Earth's crust, and it's extremely rare. I think it costs about $15,000 per ounce, as compared to like gold. Gold costs like $1,700 per ounce, and it's primarily used in like fountain tip pens and ballpoint pens.
So-
but it's also used in the space industry because it's an extremely resilient metal.
So none of this was scripted.
Yeah, I didn't look that
Just
up.
so you know that I haven't discussed this topic with him at all, like in the least bit. Even during the break, I didn't bring it up. He has no idea this is coming.
No, I looked it up
just
some time ago.
But I know that he knows. So
I'm not a chemist or a
no, I
geologist.
can't. But you just got a short, quick lesson of what iridium is.
And the thing
Now-
is, with the mics, you can hear me typing and like clicking my mouse. I didn't look that up.
No. He didn't look that up at all. Now, I have it on my laptop because I don't know fucking shit about iridium and where it comes from, because all I know about iridium is that I had a phone that said iridium on it once upon a time. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's a long story short of it.
It's one of the densest materials
But-
known to man. I think I think iridium is actually the densest. Osmium or iridium is the densest material known. I think one is like 22.5 grams per cubic centimeter, and the other one is like 22.7 grams per cubic centimeter.
So now,
Am I right?
yes. Yes, like on the nose.
I think iridium is the densest at 22.7 point cubic centimeter.
Yeah. So yes, I'm looking at the website. Yeah, it's like on the nose. That's fucking crazy. So
That I know about iridium.
like no. It's not that you know about iridium. It's that I brought it up impromptu,
right.
and all that knowledge is just right there. It's right. It's like right there. Oh yeah, iridium. Blah 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 blah. You know. So.
Well, I looked something up. I didn't remember it.
So why are we talking about iridium? Well, iridium was discovered in Haiti in 1990, and iridium was discovered by Alan Hildebrand, a graduate student at the University of Arizona.
That's not true. I just looked it up. Iridium was discovered in 1803.
In Haiti. In Haiti, specifically in Haiti. According to the interwebs. Not iridium as a whole. I'm talking about as a deposit in Haiti. Haiti's the 2nd largest deposit of iridium in the world.
sure. I can't find anything that's diffused. But
Well,
I'm seeing 1803 by English chemist Smithson Tennant.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to the discovery of iridium.
And I did just Google that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, not the discovery of iridium as a whole. I'm talking about the discovery of iridium deposits.
As a iridium deposit. Okay, this looks like it was done by dissolving a bunch of stuff, and what they found at the bottom of it was iridium.
So iridium discovered the iridium deposits in Haiti in 1990 by Mr. Hildebrand.
So like an actual vein of iridium?
Yes.
Gotcha,
It's the second largest deposit of iridium in the planet.
Okay.
And we want it.
Okay. And it's in Haiti?
Yeah.
How much of the deposit is still there? I mean, have they mined a bunch of it? Because as far as I understand from iridium, and this is from looking it up a while ago, iridium accounts for like maybe, 3 tons per year? Like they produce 3 tons of it. That's why it's so expensive, is because there's not much of it produced.
So it's according to this website, which is iridium is approximately 3 times more expensive than gold.
Mm-hmm.
The average price per ounce of the metal was $2,550. 1 ounce was $2,550. But by 2021, the value had reached $6,000 per ounce.
Yeah.
Experts associate this price and increase with dependence of the supply on single extraction zone in South Africa, with disruptions related to technical problems within the South African mining group, in the Anglo-American Platinum last year, as well as measures to restrict the movement of people in the country due to COVID-19 and. This is according to BFM Business Media. Used in several businesses and several industries. Metals on Earth discovered in 1803 by Smith and Tennant. Metals known for a strong corrosion resistant, high melting point, and all the stuff that he just said. So, moving on from there.
I want some of it, by the way. I don't know why I want some, but I do want some.
So
I want to see how it sharpens. If you can make like an iridium blade. I don't know how brittle this stuff is. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know. I know. Because I don't know. It's
most commonly used for pin tips and compass bearings.
I could imagine it'd be extremely difficult to craft a sword out of it.
Oh, a sword, just like a small knife.
I mean, a knife or something. But in any case, we want it. So
send us iridium.
We want iridium bad.
Why does iridium come up for you? What did you bring this up in the first place?
Because it's a new conflict.
Okay, with Haiti? Or?
Yeah, it's the new struggle for resources. The new freaking.
Why the hell would we want iridium?
Because corner the market on it. I don't fucking know.
It's rare. It's a rare earth metal.
Rare.
It's a rare earth metal. It is corrosive resistant, which is great. It is extremely high melting point, like extremely high. But
it come from space.
I'm not a brainiac like that. I'm not a physicist or anything like that. I don't know what the applications for something that's not very common. Like I can see the application for something with a high melting point or a high corrosion resistance point. Something like that, but given the fact that it's exceedingly rare, why would we want it?
Because it's worth $45 billion per ton.
But for what use? I mean, to trade as a precious metal, we do that with gold anyway. It's a lot more abundant.
Apparently, it's for...
And gold has like electrical and informational transformation properties. That's why we use it in our computer chips and our wiring.
Apparently, this metal is also used in the space industry quite a bit.
Yeah, for like junction points, things that like we're going to see a lot of friction over lifetime use. So iridium will be used in those friction, like a hip joint. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I mean it'll be used like that because it's not going to corrode. You know it's not going to corrode, and it's extremely resilient. Mm-hmm. So I can see, totally in the space industry. But I mean, are we actually going into like trade deals with Haiti, or are we going into like give us your shit or die kind of trade deals with Haiti?
Apparently, we removed their president again.
What? CNN, dozens of children were left behind by UN personnel in Haiti. That's 6 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know when the hell that happened.
Yeah,
Dominican Republic closes all borders with Haiti as tensions rise in a dispute, and I'm not reading the rest of it. Hundreds leave Dominican Republic ahead of Haiti border shutdown. Dominican Republic to close all borders with Haiti in a dispute over a canal. What is going on? Educate me, bro.
Well,
I want to go to Dominican Republic.
apparently, civil conflict in Haiti that's been going on since the French left.
Jesus.
Yeah,
What,
well,
130 years ago?
yeah, I mean, there's been some periods of stability, but Haiti's been a country like teeter-tottering and in despair for a really long time.
I'm on the Department of State website now.
The Clintons got their freaking claws all over it too with the Clinton Foundation.
You're from that area, though. You're from
yeah.
Puerto Rico. Tell me about Haiti from a Puerto Rican's perspective.
So
Or tell me about DR.
the thing is that
Because it's the same island, right? Do DR and Haiti share an island?
So Dominican Republic takes the eastern side of that island. The island's called La Hispaniola.
Okay.
La Hispaniola.
What's Puerto Rico called? What's the island called?
Puerto Rico.
Is it called Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico,
Okay.
yeah.
And so Hispaniola is
La Hispaniola is
Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Republic, yeah.
So what's Cuba called?
Cuba.
Is it just Cuba? All right. Because that's one country on one island. Puerto Rico is one state on one island. I'm just going to call it a state. I don't care.
So
And then DR and Haiti share an island.
So it's definitely the most populous island in the West Indies.
Okay.
The western side is Haiti, and they're split. I forget what by what meridian or what, but the whole island is known as the Hispaniola. Is the islands in the Caribbean.
Looks like
Greater
Haiti ain't got
Antilles.
much of it.
It's in
It doesn't
between
have-
Cuba and Puerto Rico.
It doesn't even have half the island.
No,
And you're right, it's sandwiched right in between Cuba and Puerto Rico.
right. The thing is
You
that
got Jamaica to the south.
The island was in
southwest.
was disputed in the early colonization days with the Spaniards, and between the Spaniards and the French.
Okay. Who had what? The
so
French had Haiti,
the-
the Spaniards had...
Exactly.
Dominican Republic?
Yeah, Dominican
Okay.
Republic. So, they're all black Hispanics for the most part.
Okay.
They both parent nations eradicated the local populace of Indians.
Right.
Which in that island, I believe it was a mix between Tainos and Caribes. But I'm not.
It looks like they're separated by a river.
So that became the natural.
What's the name of that river? Because I can't find it.
I don't know. So society on the island has small independent kingdom with a leader. In 1492 was the peak of the Taino Indians, which is
We're going back to
much-
the 1400s?
that's how
The
far back.
Spanish
That's how far back. Yeah, that's when
Spanish imperial days?
Christopher Columbus
Yeah.
discovered it. So or whatever.
Well, landed it.
Well, landed it. Drove his boat around it, sailed around it. But
Le Bon River? Does that ring any bells?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
the
what I'm
Le Bon.
finding.
So the Le Bon has limited crossings, which actually helps with the segregation of that border. Some of the areas where, like, it only has it has a short amount of, like, small amount of bridges that.
It's like part of the border is also on Rio Artibonito.
Artibonito. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not.
So
I don't know. the shit
well,
about
I've
that.
been there.
I mean, look at the shine.
Well, I've crossed that river in a great deal of haste. However,
I'll get into that.
yeah, it's a story for a different day. However,
I've heard the story.
yeah,
Anyhow.
hope they enjoy my shirt. But in any case, fucking assholes. But the place could be, depending on the political climate of Haiti. It could be very nice.
Okay.
It could be pleasant. Or it could be just absolute chaos.
Right. That's what I've heard.
Last time I was down there, the political climate was tenuous at best. The UN had a mission down there. They were getting attacked by rocks and sticks and whatever. They were getting pushed around quite a bit. The system was so broken and corrupt that there were dead bodies on the streets just willy-nilly because it cost money to inter a body. So people didn't want to take the responsibility. So if an old man died while on the way to market, he just stayed there. That's how it's...
You talking about bodies in the street?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. They push him to a bar ditch.
And that's Haiti, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haiti. Dominican Republic, different animal.
So,
Dominican Republic is more prosperous.
I was about to say, from your perspective,
economy,
which one is actually safer for the
Dominican Republic?
person?
The Dominican Republic is
DR.
by far, Dominican Republic is by far way more prosperous, way more safer. The capital, Santo Domingo, is very cool. If you get a chance to visit the Dominican Republic and vacation there for a minute, take the opportunity. It's a pretty cool place.
Secret Service did?
Yeah.
I think I forgot about that. Hell
Yeah, fucking bringing up old shit.
That ain't that old. That's in like the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. But in any case, those guys, they had a blast. But in any case, the Dominican Republic is pretty cool, man. It's not a bad place to go. Haiti's there's just not a whole lot there. And the problem with Haiti is that just about everybody's well below the poverty level. So it's difficult to trust your stomach to a country that's that bad. You go to eat, there ain't no telling what you're eating.
Right.
It's hard to keep track of their agricultural industry and actually put a tail on the donkey on that, to where the meat is coming from, or where.
Is it like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's a big market for dirt cookies.
What was that line from Demolition Man?
They eat dirt.
Carne de rata.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the sewers of Dennis.
Is it a rat burger?
It's a rat burger. It's like carne de rata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it could be chaotic down there. Now, as far as the viability of iridium in the open market and its applied uses, that's still to be determined.
Well,
but we do know that it is extremely expensive.
You know what a
Aside
futurist
from
is?
that, what?
Do you know what a futurist is?
No.
So
I have an idea, but I'm not going to speculate.
A futurist, I'll just give you the quick and nasty definition. A futurist is somebody who monitors trends, and is somebody who you would pay to advise you on what to invest in. As far as like, hey, this market's about to blow up, or this industry is about to see a significant increase and is worth your $50,000 investment, so you can return like $100,000 return, or $150,000, whatever. They're trend analysts who look at stuff like that and see which industries are going to blow up in the next 5 to 10 years. So they are long-term type researchers who advise on investments and where to put your money, or where to put your resources, or where to put your intellectual capital into whatever industries. And what it sounds like to me is space is about to become a big thing. And if they're talking about iridium being a high market substance, and something that's either going to be worth a lot of investing, not only money, but political ventures and what's the word? Trade deals, and either good trade deals or bad trade deals. Hey, we'll give you a bunch of money for this little bit of iridium, or we're going to completely fuck your country for all of your iridium. Whatever the case may be. what it sounds like to me is like what they're preparing for is a huge boom in the space travel industry, of the space exploration industry. If you're talking about a substance like iridium and knowing what iridium is and what it does and what its core aspects are as a substance, like I said, it's extremely corrosion resistant. It's extremely hard, and it has an extremely high melting point, and it's very scarce in Earth's crust. You don't find it very often. It makes up very, very little of Earth's crust, and it's a very, very valuable resource. And it's only used in certain industries. Like gold, for example. Gold is used in everything.
Everywhere.
Gold is used in every electronic you can find. It's in your cell phone. It's in your computers.
My PC's probably got like $40 worth of gold in it.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
This laptop right here, which is a Samsung laptop, is probably got about 20 or 30 bucks worth of pure gold in it. Mm-hmm. So these headphones might have gold in just because of the wiring and what's going on in the speakers.
Extreme conductivity,
Right, the extreme conductivity and the very, very good and repeatable memory transformation features. Just like our USBs.
Or HDMI cables and all that
stuff. They all have gold. They're gold contacts.
Correct.
So gold is very, very usable in the information and electronics industry. Iridium is, if they're using it for spaceborne vehicle parts, then it's extremely valuable because the conditions out in space, me not being an astronomer, not being
a space-faring person.
Right, I play video games for space. That's it. I don't know dick about space. So, but I mean, me just thinking off the cuff, there's extreme radiation out in space, which could probably erode or corrode some of our most resilient materials on Earth, except for iridium, which is extremely corrosive resistant. So if they're trying to get their hands on as much iridium as possible and bringing it to the United States for either manufacture or sale, then somebody somewhere, some futurist is saying that space is about to be a huge, huge boom for everybody.
Yeah. So the thing is that we're well aware of the massive expansion from China into Africa for natural resources, specifically for resources that'll push forward the green agenda.
They're getting cobalt, right?
Cobalt.
I don't know exactly what China is interested in Africa.
The cobalt mines. And what's that other material? Lithium, cobalt, lithium, and some of this other stuff. And
there's a big vein of uranium still in Congo.
They're expanding into these other governments and to these other conflict nations to extract all these materials. I mean, but China's got hundreds of thousands of electric vehicles just sitting.
Yeah.
Sitting in parks, they're graveyards, vehicles that they produced with all these materials and never saw civilian, interaction. They were just produced and parked. When I mean hundreds of thousands, look up those farms in China. It's ridiculous. But the thing with iridium is that it's also remnants from apparently asteroid activity, and
that's a theory.
So it's a theory, and apparently
it's the same thing with there's another element that's like it doesn't occur naturally.
Like
on
it doesn't occur naturally on Earth,
but it's probably a deposit from asteroid strikes.
Right. So the thing with those deposits is like when I tell you that Haiti's the second largest deposit of iridium on Earth, that deposit could be as big as this room.
Right, yeah.
And it's so don't get
the
it.
Scale of what he's talking about.
So the scale is
deposits like this much.
So when I mean the second largest deposit of iridium in the planet is confined to a vein in one mountain.
Right. What's the largest? Do you know?
South Africa? I don't know. I believe it's a South African mine.
Okay.
So.
And like I said, like your iridium makes up like I think it's 0.0 or 0.3% of the Earth's crust.
So having a government that plays ball with the United States does give us an in into, you know, into the United States, 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 you know, into the United Sta holding that product and that resource and capitalizing on it. It's always a resource battle. What its intended use, we don't know. We got
that's the thing.
and that's the thing. There's a lot of new sciences that haven't been developed. There's a lot of things that we are yet to understand. Bogarting a particular element that's on Earth, just because we don't have a use for it right this second, doesn't necessarily mean that it's pointless to bogart. It's pointless to hoard, because future research may turn up that, hey, this thing is valuable. Just like the element you just described with gold. For the longest, gold was just a trinket, a shiny trinket.
Well, what did
the Indians use gold for?
I get it, but
what did the Indians use gold for?
Yeah, nothing but decoration.
Decoration. Yeah. That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
What made it
valuable to man?
What made it more valuable? Go. Tell me.
My theory is ridiculous. You've heard my theory before.
They haven't.
Oh, you really want to get it? Okay.
Go.
Well, it's a crackpot theory. I'm drunk enough to tell it. So what I think, I had 4 beers and I'm a lightweight. So
go.
My theory on gold is like probably some kind of alien visitor came down to Earth and people just saw gold as like, oh, it's a yellow rock amongst a lot of gray rock, so it looks pretty. That, and we can meld it to whatever the hell we want. All we got to do is like rub it a bunch, and then we can smooth it down to like, it's very, very malleable metal. So I mean, we can smooth it down to whatever. So some caveman or something had like some kind of gold trinket around him. Some alien crashed or something like that. Saw this guy with a gold thing. Alien knows it's an electrical conductor, so hey, I need gold to fix my ship, and that's all I need is just a little bit of gold. Well, this caveman is like, fuck this caveman, fucking shoots him, takes his fucking necklace, puts the gold into his fucking ship and flies off. Other cavemen see that shit, and it's like, that shit's valuable as fuck. I mean, if this god just came down and stole Unga Bunga's fucking
necklace. we got millions, billions of people on planet Earth believe that a man turned water into wine, died one day, and resurrected. If we can believe in that, which I believe in the gospel, and I follow. I'm a Catholic. So if I can believe in that, what's so crackpot about what you just said? It's just
a harebrained theory.
I mean, it's a harebrained theory, but I mean, it's just, I mean, like a lot of hypothesis is just
like it would make sense.
It has to be proven in order.
I mean, why not?
It makes sense.
You could totally find river gold.
Yeah, but the thing is that everybody in history and another thing is that if you haven't seen gold in the wild, it's not shiny. It's just not.
No, gold ore.
It's not.
But it is a different color.
It is a different color, and it kind of stands out. But you make it shiny. It's just that it has a value, and it's been given a value. But through science and experimentation and advances in research, different uses for it, like its conductivity and all these things.
And that's the thing. I think
that's what made
gold is a lot more valuable today than it ever has been because of our advances in electricity and in information transfer and all this stuff. So I mean, it plays very much into our technology because we're a technologically based society. We're a technologically based species at this point.
So the thing is that we have its value lies in its rarity. The fact that
in the past,
right now. We're repeating history, bro. This is the same thing. That shiny metal is now iridium.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
That shiny metal that we got around our neck is not iridium. That iridium.
I don't wear jewelry. So.
Of course we don't. But that iridium to us is like, oh well, we can put it in a spacecraft, and there's probably some other use for it that, unbeknownst to us, that's like far exceeds its quality. So bogarting it, and just hoarding that stuff, it's extremely valuable. Like I said, it's $45 billion for a ton.
Yeah, Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure, like I looked this up, and like the production on Iridium is 3 tons per year.
And that's the thing. It's
So
like
you got $45,000 per ton.
it's like with everything.
But there's not a lot of uses for it right now.
It's like with everything. But if there's people willing to buy it,
Right.
there's the value.
Right, absolutely. Well,
There's
that's
the
the thing. That's why I say about futurists. Like, so if there's a future trender, a future trend analyst person that's looking at space travel, spacefaring, and what it takes to actually build spaceships and things that can house people for a long term. Like NASA is looking at doing a Mars program. I don't know when they're thinking about sending somebody to Mars, sending a manned mission to Mars. I think Elon is actually in a race with them. I'm not sure. I don't know when I think Elon was saying, 2030? He wants to send a manned mission to Mars. I don't know when NASA is planning to do their things. But I mean, if you're trying to send a manned mission to another planet other than like our immediate moon, you're going to need systems in place or equipment in place that you're not going to have to worry about, is this metal going to break down in a high radiation environment, which is out in the middle of space. Because outside of our magnetosphere, you have extreme radiation exposure. Extreme. Now, you're also going to need a landing craft. Is that landing craft going to be able to handle the G-forces that's going to be put on every joint and everything that contacts the planet when it comes down? Because it's going to be extreme forces. Are you going to have the materials necessary that are going to last a long time for a potential temporary or permanent Martian colony that can actually house people and last for a long time? If you want the longest lasting material, then you're going to have to invest in something that does not corrode, that is extremely hard, and is extremely difficult to amalgamate. You can't bend it, you can't shape it, unless you put it at really high temperature, and iridium has one of the highest melting points of any known element.
So, I don't think it can be done without Matt Damon. He's a last man.
Growing with shit? Yeah. I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
The Martian.
So, yeah.
They're good. It's not a bad movie. I liked it.
Not a bad movie. So, so basically...
Even Matt Damon said, like, the most common thing he gets said to him is from what was that movie? With the puppets?
Team America.
Yeah, Team America, World Police.
World Police.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, it's... That poor guy, man. He can't catch a break.
He's a good actor, too.
He's good, man. But, so basically, Haiti is a French colony. Sugarcane plantations were the mainstay of that place. Labored by slaves taken from Africa. In 1791, the Haitian Revolution took place, and it was led by former enslaved men and the first black general of the French army, Toussaint Louverture, and was carried out by enslaved people and free people of color against the French colonial rule. 12-year-long battle against the French in that little piece of land. After that, the French were defeated by Louverture's successor, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and Haiti was declared a sovereign nation in 1804. This made Haiti the first independent nation in Latin America and the Caribbean, and the first country to abolish slavery, the only state in history to have successful slave revolt against the ruling of non-white and former captive people. In the first 20 years Haitian independence, most other countries traded with Haiti, and the U.S. had a short-lived economic boycott in 1806 to 1810, and they refused to recognize Haiti as an independent sovereign nation. The U.S. didn't recognize their independence until 1862, and 60 years after their independence, at that point, the U.S. and other European powers focused their attention on exploiting Haiti. Haiti apparently... France refused to acknowledge Haiti as a sovereign nation until 1825, but it came at a cost. After more than 20 years of aggravation, King Charles X concluded that France needed to permanently resolve its relationship with Haiti and decided to demand indemnity, a monetary payment that compensated France for the loss of a former colony. Following the assessment of Haiti's lands and physical assets, including 500,000 former enslaved citizens, declared value amounted to 150 million gold francs, which in contemporary terms would equate to billions of dollars. They've been in debt since. So, and the story continues. And I mean, multiple U.S. military occupations in Haiti throughout the years. The U.S. government has occupied Haiti by force. And the U.S. government occupied and ruled Haiti by force for nearly 2 decades. Killing protesters and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about, them hidden military bases.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a footprint in Haiti for a long time.
What's the base called?
So,
Is there no answer to that?
no.
But we do have a presence in Haiti.
Yeah, in 94 we put about 20,000 troops there in Operation Uphold Democracy. We did it in the 60s too.
Yeah.
It's always going to the same place. We've had the same place forever there. We withdrew from there in 34. We went back in the 60s. I mean, it's just pretty much every time we get from 57 to 86. So then we got Papa Doc Duvalier. Papa Doc Duvalier
You got me. I have no idea who the hell that is.
was propped up by the U.S. government. He was Papa Doc Duvalier proclaimed himself president for life in 64 and maintained
Nice.
order through violent suppression and terrorizing citizens and political opponents. And and voodoo, lots of voodoo. He used to eat people.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. That dude was a cannibal. It was crazy. So he died in 71. His son, Jean-Claude Duvalier, took over, but he was not even a quarter of the man that his dad was, and he didn't last long. So Haiti hasn't been right since '04 in that enormous earthquake, and it's been, man, I'm telling you, the Clintons put their grips on that with the Clinton Foundation.
How'd the Clintons get involved?
Bro, you don't know about the Clinton Foundation?
No.
The
Well, I
Panama
know
Papers?
I know they're involved in Haiti.
I got you.
How's the Clinton Foundation involved in Haiti? I don't know shit about that. I know about the Clinton Foundation. I roughly know about
Remember I
Haiti.
told you about pledges?
Oh, shit. What did they pledge?
They pledged to help rebuild Haiti after their freaking catastrophic earthquake. That freaking
What year was that? 2018?
I think it was.
2019?
I think that earthquake was in the mid 2000s. I want to say 04, but I'm not entirely sure. But
No, there was one that was more recent. 2010?
there was a catastrophic one, a really bad one.
A 7 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti at 16:53 local time on Tuesday, 12 January of 2010. Yeah, it destroyed most of it. And from what I understand, they still haven't recovered from that.
Mm-mm. So
And the epicenter was Port-au-Prince, which is the capital of Haiti.
So Hillary Clinton and the Clintons go back to Haiti, all the way back to 1975
Nice.
when they first traveled over there after being newlyweds.
Ooh. They went to Haiti for honeymooning?
I don't think it was their honeymoon,
Oh.
but it was probably one of their stops. Futurists,
Maybe.
yeah,
Well, I mean, if they're well, they
Yeah.
are exploiters. So
yeah. These are predators, bro.
yeah.
So
The Clintons, if you didn't know, the Clintons will exploit if they can.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any politician will.
So over the next 4 decades, the Clintons became increasingly involved in Haiti, working to reshape the country in profound ways. And as the U.S. president in the 90s, Bill lobbied for sweeping changes to Haiti's agricultural sector, significantly increased the country's dependence on American food crops. 1994, after 3 years after a military coup in Haiti, Bill ordered a U.S. invasion to overthrow the junta, restored the country's democratically elected president to power. 15 years later, Bill was appointed as United States Special Envoy to Haiti. tasked with helping the country develop its private sector and invigorate its economy. By 2010, the Clintons were two of Haiti's largest benefactors. Their professional philanthropic fund, the Clinton Foundation, had 34 projects in the country focused on things as creating jobs. Over their many decades of involvement, the Clintons became two of the leading proponents of particular approach to improving Haiti's fortunes. On their lives, country attractive place. All right, so yeah, the Clinton Foundation raised a lot of money through the years. They've built approximately, maybe for some reason, these people keep getting assigned as envoys. Even their daughter Chelsea is involved in that place. I'm not saying it's nefarious, her involvement.
I'll say it's nefarious.
But it's not a stretch.
So, well, that leads into, like, the thing that, like, everybody's been seeing but nobody really wants to talk about is, like, autocracy. You know what an autocracy is? Mm-hmm. So, for those of you who don't know, an autocracy is, like, an autocracy, so an automatic rule. People who are born into their positions, like, and that's the thing we keep seeing is like the Clintons. So you had Bill Clinton become president of the United States, and then who wants to become president after him? His fucking wife, Hillary, who has zero qualifications for political shit. She was a lawyer, and she was the wife of the president, and that's her only qualifications. Then her resume was stacked with like being Secretary of State, being a congressperson from New York, or a senator, or whatever the hell she was. And that's just padding her resume. She really has no qualifications to actually be president of the United States. Same thing with like the Bushes. So you had Papa Bush, and then the one of the sons become president. You're seeing dynasties in the United States, political families, and I don't understand why Americans are so like entranced, or have been in the past. I don't know if they are now, but have been in the past, so entranced by like political dynasties like the Bushes and the Clintons. So you have what, Chelsea Clinton being an envoy to what, Haiti?
Well, she spent a lot of time there.
Spent a lot of time there. Has she been in any kind of like official political appointment?
Oh yeah.
Has she had an official political appointment?
Oh yeah.
Now you're seeing a dynasty. So now they're padding Chelsea's resume. I'm surprised they're not padding her husband's.
Well, I mean, Chelsea's got a pretty she's leaving Columbia University with a master's in whatever the fuck. So, I mean,
surprised it ain't a PhD within 5 minutes because she's a Clinton.
I mean,
it's usually what happens. They get an honorary degree from wherever the hell, so they can say that they're.
I mean, yeah, Hillary got one too, so it's
she did.
Honorary
PhD from who gives a shit.
Yeah, but I mean, she sent. I think it was like Chelsea Clinton went on a 4-day visit to the ground zero of the earthquake zone, and after that, she reported a 7 or 8 page memo to her parents on the state of Haiti. It's but she has a master's in public health. Yeah. So I mean, but the Clinton emails, like 35,000 total dump of emails
that were deleted.
It's on her private server. So she's been, I mean, it's not surprising that they're in the middle of that. I'll post some links on that if you want to read it, because it's 35,000 emails. I'm not reading that right now. But
the thing is, 35,000 emails, and fuck knows what they were about, because they were deleted and destroyed.
Just on that topic.
Well, that's the thing. If those 35,000 emails that Clinton, that everybody knows Clinton destroyed, deleted, whatever the hell she did with them, they're unaccessible. So who knows what they were about? If they were about Haiti, sure, they could have been about South Africa or Russia or China.
No, some of them were actually pulled out from a Freedom of Information Act, like because
And they were found to be about Haiti.
Well, yeah. Because the thing with emails is that they go to a person,
Right.
you know. So the stuff that's in her server may have been destroyed, but the recipient of the emails got the email.
Right.
So those accounts, the emails were pulled. So there's a lot of other stuff that was destroyed along with those hard drives, but that's neither here or there. Thing is that they've had their claws into freaking into that country, and I believe the Bidens try to do the same thing that the Clintons are doing in Haiti, try to replicate that business model in the Ukraine, but
In Western Europe in general.
in Western Europe in general, but it didn't quite pan out because they didn't plan on freaking on
Papa Joe admitting it
yeah,
in front
Papa
of a
Joe
camera.
admitting in front of a camera, and then freaking Putin freaking going like, "Oh hell no," and now it's a thing. So, but I mean, there's so many. The Clintons have been in Haiti so often that there's hundreds of thousands of pictures of them people in Haiti freaking going in and out. They've been.
What's the capital of DR?
Port-au-Prince. Well, DR is Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo.
Yeah, but that's Dominican Republic. I mean, they don't. It's not Haiti, but in any case. So, long story short, lots of iridium. U.S. government wants it. We're probably sending troops there again. For like
To Haiti? You think so?
We've been doing it for 25 years or more. 45 years. Shit. We've been sending troops there since 1930 something.
Bro,
What?
plane tickets to Santo Domingo is like $80
Yeah.
from Austin.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun there.
You want to go to Santo Domingo?
Sure. Why the fuck not? I gotta go to Puerto Rico anyways. It's a ferry ride. Well, it used to be. I don't know if it's still there.
When do you want to go?
Well, I'm not discussing travel plans right now.
I'll book the tickets right now.
No. Let's not do that right now. It takes a little bit more planning than that.
Look, I got some for the 29th.
No, dude, I'm not going over there. So, but in any case, the place ain't bad, man. But long story short, you get the gist. These guys want to freaking exploit that place, and it's happening. But
Yeah.
you got
All
anything
over
else?
Iridium.
Yeah, Iridium. I'm telling you.
And now the only other things I had were like the Hunter Biden indictment.
Yeah,
is
Hunter
finally
Biden
coming
got
down.
indicted.
They're still trying to stack indictments on Trump.
Ugh.
It's ridiculous. Like the Boebert thing I commented on earlier, which I think it's just character assassination at its worst. It's like, hey, here's this young chick who barely resembles Boebert getting groped. So, what are you playing now?
Just muted automatic video from one of these sites. But China is missing their defense minister.
I haven't heard that. What's going on with that? Missing? Why is he missing? Did he say something against Xi Jinping?
He was under investigation.
I want to go missing. Be nice. Xi Jinping is a cunt. Come get me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, they're not ready for you, bro.
That's the thing. I don't know why.
Their version of torture is you're
Oh, I usually pay for
I
it.
was
Yeah.
like,
I pay for those sessions, like $15 an hour
yeah, it's like
on the cheap end.
so Beijing's latest. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so General Li Shangfu.
Nice.
Yes. It's the most senior leader to be disappeared inside of China.
Is it L-I or L-E?
Yeah, L.I.
I figured.
Li Shangfu. And that's S-H-A-N-G-F-U.
I got it. He looks good in uniform. Look at that handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is a sharp motherfucker, man. But I don't know what the hell he said. But he got disappeared. He was apparently under investigation.
Under investigation by Beijing.
By Beijing for what? We don't know.
This is from Financial Times. There's another one from Al Jazeera.
Yeah, but he got. So
Al Jazeera is saying, what do we know so far? Nothing, probably. CNN even says speculation grows over whereabouts of China's defense minister Ling Shengfu. Yeah, it's just that he's missing. Nobody has any idea fucking why or where the hell he... Well, if they knew where he was, he wouldn't be missing. What is that?
Another ad.
Chinese defense minister under investigation by Beijing. U.S. believes. Maybe he's taking a poop. Where he's
crazy.
taking it, I don't know.
Well, in any case.
Well, there's all sorts of like political crap that goes on all over the world. China's not unique. The United States does it too. I mean, did you hear about that Republican staffer who got murdered in his own home?
You mean suicide?
Oh, suicided? Is that what they're saying now?
Oh, he committed suicide.
Like, who are you talking about?
The staffer killed himself by talking shit. It's all ipso facto suicide.
Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, right here. Yep. Former staffer kills himself.
Right? Huh? I mean, they're not wrong. Even if somebody else does the trigger pulling, whatever your actions led to your death,
you got yourself
you
killed.
got yourself killed. So, how dare you know so much?
You done did it. Yeah.
How dare you know so much? So, you did it to yourself. It's
Like the most pungent case of that though is that one guy who shot himself in the chest with a shotgun, and then hung himself. Yeah. Suicide.
Yeah, no blood spatter.
There's no blood at the scene. The gun's not anywhere near within arm reach or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's insane. So, oh man. So what else you got? You got nothing? That's it.
I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move into we'd like to. Don't forget, guys. In the top of the episode, like and subscribe. Just to kind of segue into our feel good story, we try to, whenever we can, and like to bring something cool that happens to people, whatever. But
as far as news from our channel, we're up to 50 subscribers now, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's
welcome.
50 more than we had a little bit ago.
I think we've gained like 10 subscribers in like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so.
you guys are watching our content and stuff like that. Don't forget. We're primarily a conservative channel, so a lot of the outlets that we publish our content to are a leftist media ran outlets.
Right. YouTube is our primary right now.
YouTube is our primary right now. We're trying to branch out into other avenues like Spotify. And
I want to get into Twitter.
Yeah, get into Twitter, Spotify, and all
X,
that.
Whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. But the thing is that your likes go a long way towards pushing our content. Comments, likes, subscriptions, but pushing that like button really helps push our channel forward and put us in front of more eyes and more ears.
Comments, we try to get back to all of you if we can.
Yeah, we try to answer these and stuff like that, and we try to flood you guys with little snippets of our content, through the shorts. But it's real important to you guys. If you guys like the content, go ahead and click that thumbs button, and if you want to subscribe and hit your alert button so you guys can get notified of all the latest and the greatest. It's definitely going to help the channel. Like I said before in the past, we operate on a shoestring budget. We make zero money out of any of this stuff. But your likes and subscribes definitely help towards possibly pushing this channel to the next level and try to get some deals and some sponsorship to get better equipment and just improve the quality of product that we provide to you guys. But that's the end goal, basically, just to get a nice podcast going so we can
we try our best to produce the highest quality content we can, but
I mean, it's the highest quality we can within the means that we have that are available to us.
We don't have thousands of dollars to spend on this. We have maybe hundreds. So that's it.
But your likes and subscribes definitely help push that goal forward. Also, there's a couple things in the horizon, and we'd like to get a couple more of our local politicians to sit down with us and shoot the bull. So we opened this platform to all local politicians in the area, and even outside the area. We have Zoom capabilities, so we can do it remotely if we need to. So if anybody out there listening is running a campaign or something like that, just hit us up. We'll attach the email on there. Let us know what you're about and what you want to do, and
would love to.
We'd love to bend your ear and see what you got to say. And
that's the whole basis of our podcast, is like political stuff. So.
Yeah.
And commentary. So we would love to interview anybody that's trying to make a career out of politics, or that
and it doesn't matter,
get into a political role.
And it doesn't matter if they're a liberal or a Republican. I don't care what. It don't matter. I find the topic super interesting, anyways. And we here believe we always have something to learn from everybody. So
we've done one interview so far. If you want to look at what kind of interview, if we're capable of doing, or what kind of questions we ask, and how we present ourselves with a political candidate in our show, watch the episode with Rob Taylor running for constable. That's the kind of stuff we do. We keep it professional. We're not gonna drag anybody through the mud or anything like that. We just want to know why the hell you're doing this.
Yeah. You got to understand that for us, watching this political circus go around, it also kind of begs the question of who does this kind of stuff.
Right.
Like what makes them tick, and what makes them jump into that kind of arena, and put their lives in the middle of this nonsense and all the scrutiny and because you can't step wrong.
Right.
Your life is public. There's zero expectation of privacy from the moment you enter public service like that in that capacity. It's just ridiculous. So we like to know what makes you tick. And I don't care what party you subscribe to. That's the least of my concerns. But with that, the feel good of the day, I guess, of the week. So we had we don't cover sports on here a whole lot. Like we'll gloss over sports every now and then, like, say something that's related, but we're not a sports channel. And although we're not people that don't know about sports, because we do know about sports, and I played sports quite a bit during my youth. But you played sports at some point.
Yeah, I played sports in my youth.
So you're not like completely ignorant to. You may not know the latest and the greatest rule.
I don't follow sports.
But you don't follow them. Like I follow them kind of like just as a pass along, just kind of
right.
like. But I'm not a devout freaking fan of any particular team. But if I were to be a particular fan, I'd say it'd be the New York Jets. And I've been I guess I'd follow the New York Jets since I was a kid, and thanks to my grandma. And the Jets had an interesting opening week. So for all of the off season, for those of you guys that haven't been tracking, a very good quarterback decided to join the Jets franchise. Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers was acquired by the New York Jets, and through a lot of fighting in with the league and with the Green Bay Packers, it was a whole thing. But once he arrived in New York, the New York franchise, the New York Jets, had already a starting quarterback in Zach Wilson, which was up and coming, young quarterback that the New York Jets franchise saw that has potential if maybe he could sit behind this seasoned vet. Aaron Rodgers at 39 years old, I believe he is. Comes into the Jets at the twilight of his career, but still very efficient passer. Hard Knocks were doing. They dedicated this season of Hard Knocks to the New York Jets, and they got back in there, and they had a lot of backstory, a lot of drama. Well, one of the stories of Hard Knocks was little known wide receiver named Xavier Gibson. Xavier Gibson came out of played college football for let's see, Stephen F. Austin State University. So he is naturally from Dallas, Texas, and came in undrafted. The man barely made the roster. When he was brought into the New York Jets front office, he thought for sure he was going to be cut and out of a job. He was surprised with one of the last roster spots in the New York Jets, and a lot of promise with him. Now, Aaron Rodgers came in carrying the American flag, anniversary of 9/11, commemorating that horrible event. Packed MetLife Stadium. It was, division rival in the Buffalo Bills facing against them. So two New York teams facing against each other. Anniversary of 9/11, Monday Night Football, Hall of Fame quarterback, badass defense, all the weapons, with an incredible backstory. Well, Aaron Rodgers lasted 4 plays before he blew out his Achilles tendon and just deflated the hopes of the Jets nation in just one fell swoop. But what they didn't know is that the team that surrounded Aaron Rodgers is pretty damn good. So they ended up holding up their own, and going into overtime, it was tied. And the Buffalo Bills ended up not being successful with their possession in overtime. They ended up having to punt the ball, and they punt the ball to Xavier Gibson, little unknown guy, wide receiver, almost next to nobody. Nobody knows who the hell this guy is. Small town USA guy, trying to make it big in the big league. He gets the biggest moment of his football career, and here it is.
Sam Martin corrals the snap. It's a short punt. Gibson on the return, near side. I don't see any flags. Gibson inside the 30. Hits the Jets. And he's gonna go! Jets win it! Touchdown, rookie Xavier Gibson. Game over.
Head coach is running in the end zone. He's a well-liked individual in his team. And the fact that he scored that winning touchdown is just amazing. It brought a smile to everybody in that stadium that was cheering for the Jets, and it definitely gave people something to smile about after losing their starting quarterback. And for those diehard fans, this is and for me, it's just a real good feel-good story, man. I really, really like the fact that this kid was, entrusted. He was entrusted with this role, and he performed and stepped up and did his thing. So congratulations to him, and that fantastic run.
That's good shit.
But yeah,
What's his name again?
Xavier Gibson.
Xavier Gibson.
Yeah, his Wikipedia is like this big.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, he has
hopefully he has a
very
good
small
career.
footprint. Very small footprint.
He just started, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
that's a good start for his career then.
Yeah, everybody else is covering the other big sports story, which is Deion Sanders. But
What happened to Deion Sanders? I have no idea.
Oh, Deion Sanders, man. He.
I remember Deion Sanders when he was like the 1990s Cowboys. Cause that's when I was actually watching football. Yeah.
So Deion Sanders went on to coach for a historically black college.
Okay.
For a little bit.
Okay.
Then stuff happened over there, and then just financial stuff, like the school was like.
So nothing scandalous. It's just,
no. It's just a difference in opinion and whatever. He ended up walking away from that job,
right.
And got picked up by the University of Colorado, Buffaloes, and became the head coach. And through the transfer window, where players are able to transfer and students are able to transfer from university to university, he filled up his roster. I think it was like 140 some odd players from different universities. They all flocked to Colorado to play for this man.
Okay.
Experts everywhere were saying that he ain't worth the freaking ground to spit on. He ain't a head coach. He ain't this. He ain't that.
So a badass player in his day, but not a
Hall
good
of
coach.
Famer. Hall of Fame. Cornerback, dual athlete, by the way, for those of you guys don't know.
Yeah, he's a baseball player too, right?
Well, Deion Sanders did play baseball. He also played wide receiver and cornerback.
Okay.
So, Hall of Fame career. Fantastic human being. The guy goes into a program that was 1-11, I believe 1-11 last year. It shouldn't be hard to turn that program around. All he has to do is put up 2 wins. Is already way better than before. However, people were saying he wasn't even going to get that. Too many new faces, too many new players. Ain't no way he's going to make them gel. He made that team gel somehow, some way. If you watch the videos of him and how he coaches and how he carries himself as a man, starting quarterback is his son. And he's freaking good. He's good. Like, really good. First game off the gate, threw four touchdowns, 500 some odd yards. Ran for a few, I think. No interceptions. The guy, they went on a battle royale against a ranked opponent and ended up winning by I think it was like a touchdown or something like 46-40 or something like that. It was crazy. So, people have been praising his coaching ability since that monstrous win that he had on week 1. Week 2 goes against another ranked. I don't think Nebraska was ranked, but in any case, beats them. And again, his son leading the charge as a quarterback and with a very, very good wide receiver.
Right.
They fixed the problems from the week before, which people were like, hey, ain't no way he's going to be able to fix this defensive line in a week. And in a week, sure as hell, was fixed. He changed the culture in the University of Colorado's football program. As a matter of fact, he took a salary. The university promised him a salary that they didn't even have. They're like, we're going to give you $29 million for X amount of years. They didn't have $29 million. But they knew this guy, on his word, oh, don't worry about that. You're going to have the money.
Right.
So, a lot of channels have been covering Deion Sanders and what he's accomplished so far. So I try to find a different approach for a feel-good story because Deion Sanders is also a pretty good feel-good story and what he's been able to do. Especially being able to coach at that level and coach. He's got three sons, I believe he has in his team. So, and they're very good, very good. He preaches all the things that are conservative values that people want to preach, that people want to hear in a college coach. Education, having good morals, ethics, all these things that we all want to hear. Players are flocking. And he is going to destroy college. If he keeps winning, they're going to be hard pressed. Other universities are going to have a problem with recruiting, because all the big time players are going to want to go over there.
Right.
So it's the matter of fact, their biggest player, I think it was a 5-star recruit, if I'm not mistaken. So. People didn't think he was going to go to Colorado. He shouldn't, by all rights, go to Colorado because his program is not doing that good. But Deion Sanders did a good turnaround. So, or at least started a turning around of the program.
Right.
Because it's not over yet. They
Gotcha.
got a lot to accomplish. But yeah, I mean, that's been what's been going on last week, man. Just all around. So, don't forget. Get Starfield. ignore your kids.
Don't get Starfield. Just ruin your life.
Get Starfield. Forget you got a podcast.
Dad, yeah.
Forget
You
got
said it earlier. Yeah, we damn near didn't do this show today
but we
because of
damn
Starfield.
near didn't film this because of that damn game, man. I'm telling you. It's crazy. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
I had to get my badge in the Freestar Rangers.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah.
Just had to do it.
Freaking nerds.
Yeah. Yeah, like not enough cop in the real life, so I have to do it in a video game.
Yeah. This guy buys a video game to go be a cop in a video game. But don't forget, guys, we appreciate your views. Like, subscribe.
Yeah. And welcome to all you new subscribers.
Welcome to the new subscribers.
Reach out, say hi.
All right. Have a nice week.